Welcome if this your first time on the channel. Today we listening to audio of Magic Johnson talk about the disrespect that the younger players in the NBA, these ain't people on YouTube, these ain't people in the media, players in the NBA is giving older players. He's on the podcast with Byron Scott, so should be a great conversation. Let's check it out. Make sure you subscribe, click that like button. I appreciate you too.
About Anthony Edwards a while back, who had some things to say.
Right.
About the old school heads.
Right.
Yeah, about the old school heads. And again, you youngsters, y'all better understand.
They don't know.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Just chill out with that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you're gonna run up on one of these old heads and get handled. I'm just saying, I'm old school. You're gonna run up on one of the old heads and get handled.
Yeah.
And I love the kid. I think he's talented as hell. But your comment back to him, I thought was perfect when he said something about the old head, and you said, you know what, I'll answer his questions when he wins some championships.
Right. He's the most exciting player to watch in the NBA. If you look at Anthony and you look at Ja, they're probably the two, and then of course Kyrie. Those are three can put on a show. You be like, woo, woo. What Anthony Edwards did last season,
man.
Phoenix, what he did to Phoenix,
What he did
to Denver,
Yeah.
man. I said, wow, this kid here, this young man, he's just gonna go like this.
He's got it.
And then this summer, ain't nobody athletic ever been in the league, and nobody could jump and all this. I'm like, whoa, what are you talking about?
Facts. What was he talking about? Because there's plenty of guys that was athletic back in the day. But I do agree with Magic Johnson saying Ja Morant and from a playing above the rim, and then Kyrie is just exciting. But I feel like it's more guys than what he said, But let's continue.
Don't attack all the old school guys when you haven't done your homework. First of all,
Right.
there have been athletic guys. First of all, Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Kobe.
Dr. J.
Yeah.
Kobe. Clyde Drexler.
Yeah.
I can keep going.
Yeah, it's a
lot of guys. David Thompson, even before all of them,
Yeah.
could walk in the air.
Yep.
And so, bruh, you slow down. And so I had to just hit him, look, man, talk to me when you won something. Because you
Show respect. That's all. Just show respect.
I don't want to ever go at nobody.
Right.
That's not who I am. Right. But if you're going to attack us like, the game was not high flying and as exciting and so on, then I got to come back. So, but I'm still a fan. And I still watch him because I love his attitude. I love his smile. He got great commercials right now.
I like this.
And so he's doing a great job. So I just want to remind everybody, it's still about one thing, and that's winning.
Winning.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Winning.
It's still about winning.
See, that's why you gotta value championships when you got guys like Magic Johnson. When he come on and he like, yo, dude, I done won every award in the book. It's about those rings. I love the way he keeps pushing it to tell these younger players like, yo, dog, just because you averaging what you averaging, the fans like you might have got you an all-star MVP, a regular season. It ain't about none of that. It's about them championships and bringing home that ring, So I love that he pushed that. But Anthony Edwards is a part of a whole crowd that just like to say that people back in the day was so non-athletic. And I get it. They didn't have the workout equipment and the science and stuff. But, dog, they were athletic. And they wasn't just fast and quick and can jump. They were strong. The rules of the NBA kind of put more constraints on their game. But, man, when it comes to how fast they were moving and how fast they moved and how high they jumped, go back and look at those players back then. Like some of them. You did have guys that was out of shape and some dudes was on dope. Yeah, you did have that. But you had some dudes where you look at Dominique Wilkins and you're like, man, he's strong and fast and can jump out the gym. And when you look at him, you just see nothing but muscles. Anthony Edwards is a little fat. He ain't as shredded as Dominique was. He not. All you gotta do is look at him and you could tell. Like, hold on, he not in the best shape. Jordan, Kobe, Clyde Drexler. Clyde Drexler was, ripped, toned up. That's how them dudes was because, I think us as a culture in America, we ate less, so people just weighed less. But they ran more. They practiced harder. Literally, people practiced harder back then. And he talk about that in this interview too, where he go into, I loved how Pat Riley pushed me and we practiced so hard because it prepared me for the game, and dudes was moving. Dudes was able to run, and they didn't have as many injuries either because they was able to run and they was in such good shape. So I love that Magic Johnson came out. He was respectful with pushing back, though. He didn't get super disrespectful. And that's kind of how a lot of older people are. They gonna say something, but they ain't gonna be super disrespectful with it. They just gonna say what they gotta say, put they little thing, and then say, hey, take it how you want to take it, So I like how Magic did it, and hopefully some of the younger players will stop, coming at the older players, calling them plumbers and all that stuff, and they'll just appreciate them guys for building the game to be what it is today. Y'all let me know, what do you think about Magic Johnson take on Anthony Edwards saying his era didn't have athletic players? And do you think the 80s and 90s basketball had athletic players? Put it down in the comments. As always, if this your first time here, make sure you sub to the channel, check out the other content, and click that like button. Y'all be easy, be safe.